Hello, iuha chante waste, unapi si chapelo, maki api mato kangishka, wahan chanka waste. I greet you all with a good heart. My name is Goodshield Aguilar, and it's good to be here in Europe. Been here for a couple weeks now, and usually I come here in the April, in the springtime, and I actually work with the bison in Yellowstone National Park in Montana and Wyoming. But I also work with people who are rewilding Europe, so that's what brought me to Europe originally. So I travel up to Poland in the Białowieża forest. There's many herds here in Germany as well, in Deutschland and in the Netherlands and Switzerland. And so that's why I came, as I said, I came here as an ecologist, an activist, but I also play music. That's how I pay for my travels. And I'm also a storyteller. I'm a father. I have 5 kids. So they keep me busy. Well, my first 3 are pretty old, but I have a 3-year-old and a little baby. So anyway, I'm happy to share my culture with you today. I don't plan on telling stories today. I'm just going to do some music, but I usually tell stories in between, just, about what the songs are about. This first song I'm about to do, it's our place of origin as Lakota people is a place called Paha-Sapa, which is the Black Hills in South Dakota. And this is a song I wrote about being from that place. It's a very powerful place. And I spend a lot of time when I'm in Germany in the Black Forest, in Schwarzwald, and in Freiburg. I spend time there, and then other places, more in the south. It seems it's more wild down there, and that's what I like. So this one's called Origin. Standing here in my place of origin, Baja, Sapa, the hills that appear as a black mystery, lining the distant horizon of the lush, waving grass, as if they were the cosmos, bearing their presence upon Maka'ina, the earthly home that we call Mother Ina. I am standing here in my place of connection, a connection that indigenous creatures have, as our flesh and features are mirrored within the geography, within the soil and our relatives, those who nourish us so that we'll go on, those who teach us so that we'll understand, and those who remind us so that we won't forget our origin. Dankeschön. Dankeschön. Let's see. This next one is the one I wrote. I just turned 45 years old. I'm starting to feel 45. But I wrote this song when I was actually 21. So this song is actually most of these songs are at least 20 years old actually. But I'll do a couple new ones for you tonight. They're probably all new to you. So thank you for being here tonight. This one's called Honor Song.
The promised land of the people, an immense reservoir for the rain of stars, fire and sun, emerald fields, and azure sky. The land is the alpha of the four winds, where heaven and earth become one. Its God is the sun, marching westward on blue peaks, and through a mirage of crystal, through its beautiful reflections, our people march on. Awake, may the dream begin again from its dormant state, as the great floodwaters have now parted. Rebirth is imminent and turbulence inevitable, but it is the way of creation and perpetual balance, chaos and beauty. Awake now and carry the dreams of your ancestors, for they are the dream belong to this future.
Dankeschön. I'll do one more by myself, and then my wife will be joining me. I just changed these strings, so they might go out of tune a few times. Well, this next one is a song I wrote when I was 21 as well. feels so long ago. It does and it doesn't. It's funny. Like, it doesn't feel that long ago, but when I think about everything that's happened between then and now, it's I've done a lot. This is actually I think this is my eighth or ninth time in Europe. And I do have plans to come back in April. That's usually the time that I would normally be here. I land in Frankfurt and go over to Bonn, where my wife's family lives. And then I go up to Poland and eventually make my way down to Freiburg. This next song is called Ekta Utua Mapia. It means I'm looking up to the sky. Thank you very much. So, I catch my breath here. So I'd like to introduce my wife. She's originally from Bonn, Deutschland. This is Katharina Meerle. She's Actually, we met in Vienna, Austria in 2015. I was touring through there, and actually, you set up the gigs. We met online originally from my activism, and then she said, "If you come to Vienna, I'll set up some speaking events for you." And then I went there and spent a couple days there, and then she came and visited me when I went home, and the rest is history. Or it's present, actually. So this next song we're going to do, I wrote this back in 1999. I had traveled down to South America for about a month, and I visited Peru, mostly Peru. And I was amazed so I went to Cusco. That was like my main place to go. And that whole river, the Uribamba River, was just had garbage everywhere, and water bottles mainly. And a lot of the local native people I spoke with, they said, yeah, it's all from the tourism. You know, all these tourists come there and they just kind of throw their garbage. And anyway, it just made me think a lot about just, you know, because when Peru was conquered, I think it was only in like the 1600s. You know, that's not very long ago, really. Anyway, I was inspired to write this song here, even though it's about Christopher Columbus. And, you know, he landed in the Caribbean, and I don't know what they teach here, but in North America, we're taught that Columbus was looking for, thought he was going to find India, and he landed in the Caribbean, and he thought what he saw were Indian people. But that story actually isn't true. Back in 1492, India wasn't called India. It was actually called Hindustan. And it was called Hindustan for a very long time after 1492. So when Columbus landed, he saw, and you could read it in his journal, he wrote that these people that he encountered, which were the Arawak and the Taino people of the Caribbean, they were very childlike and innocent and lived in perfect harmony with God. So he called them en Dios, with God or in God. And that's how that name came about. So technically, the people of the Caribbean were the first ones to be called Indios, which eventually became Indios. And then, so like when the Spaniards started to colonize other places in South America, the Philippines, Indonesia, they started calling them Indios as well. And if they were mixed, he called them mestizos, which was the mixed, if you were half white, half, you know, indigenous. So anyway, so this song I wrote is kind of talking about that time, which was a very dark time for a lot of indigenous people. But we're still here, and we're still here to share our stories. So, yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate you having me today, and we're going to share many, many more songs tonight. So this one is called Sangre y Oro.
Nina Pinta Santa María, conquistadores de España, siempre quieren sangre y oro. Los diablos blancos quieren todo en el nombre de Dios, en el nombre de Dios. Nombre de Dios, da na 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 na, da na 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 na. Mi corazón está en la tierra, mi sangre rojo es en los ríos, Aguilar para arriba en el cielo. Para ese luchar no tengo miedo. Indígena ya, por vida desde España, con el cruz de Cristo en sus manos y armas en el otro lado, en el nombre de Dios, sangre, en el nombre de Dios, sangre, en el nombre de Dios, sangre, en el nombre de Dios.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Oh, this next one's actually one of the newer songs I wrote. And I do have a CD over there called The Fifth World. And that last song is on that CD. And this song, it's actually a secret song on the CD. There's a song that's like 15 minutes long. So you hear the first part of the song, and then you hear a native elder talking about the star people, telling a story, and then it fades into this song here. But if you wanted to hear just that song by itself, there's another CD called Solamente, and this song is on that CD. Let me tune up real quick here. Many of our prophecies speak of this time right now. It's a time of cleansing, a time of purification, a time of an awakening, a great awakening on a mass scale. I feel what I've experienced is the children being born right now are awake. They're very awake. And I know when I was a little kid, I felt like an old man. I was born, I felt like I knew this place before, and it was a very sad place. But the older I got, I feel like the younger I got. I started to hear my songs again, get in touch with my culture, and that made me younger. And then when I finally did have children, just to see how they observe the world, and I feel very much that all the children around the world, not just indigenous, native children, but all children are very awakened right now. And part of our 7th generation prophecy with our indigenous people in particular, we said that our ancestors, after 7 generations of hard times and difficulties, our ancestors would return to us, and they would bring back those old songs, the old ceremonies, the languages. And I'm very fortunate to still have my language. I didn't grow up in South Dakota, where my dad was from. And so I had to actually learn the language, and I'm still not a fluent speaker because I don't speak it every day. But it's still there, and our ceremonies are still there, and that's what's important. So these children being born right now, they're carrying it on, and it's a very powerful time to be awake, be alive. So this song is about that, and it's called Paradigm, which what's the German word for paradigm? Paradigma, yeah. It's expanding right now. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, It's good to take your time when time is all you own, when the herd won't step aside, moving so far from home, falling asleep at the wheel of our destiny,
praying hard to see the light. When you are the flame, ooh, you are the flame. So take a breath and find yourself inside. Take a step into the next paradigm. Prophecies and mysteries are coming to life, 'cause we are the flame. We are the flame. We are the flame. Wide awake in a forest full of songs, ecstasy, feeling how everything is one. And when you hear your name, there's no need to run away from what is real and what you think and what you see and what you feel and what you know and what you don't and what you don't. Thank you very much. I think that's the first time I've ever played that song in front of people, actually. I've written over 400 songs, and I probably only play about, 30 of them. So the next one I actually wrote in 2002. It was my very second CD I ever made. It was called Acoustic. I don't know if in Midwest culture we used to carry this stick. Usually it was pretty long and it was shaped like a cane, but we called those acoustic. And back before people started killing each other out in the plains, unfortunately Native people did have warfare. But before that, if we had disputes with a tribe that we neighbored, we would play a game called Counting Coup, and basically we would ride, and if you could knock the guy off your horse with your acoustic, then he was considered to be out. And that's usually how we, handled disputes. So anyway, you could look that up on Wikipedia, I'm sure. Oh yeah. So this one's called Retrospect. And this is kind of about my first son was born in the year 2000, so he's 22 now. And just having a baby, in your hands, it makes you think about a lot of things. And it just kind of, and also it seems like every time I've had a child born, I lost a very important person in my life, like a auntie, a cousin, my father. Anyway, so this song is kind of that balance between life and death, and it's part of being here, We're here to grow, get old, and eventually we do pass on. So it's important that we leave a good story to be told when we leave here. So this is called Retrospect. They say that life just isn't easy. They say that's just the way things are. But I think they've confused live with surviving. On the spectrum, they're opposites by far. But the seasons rain will always fall. The evening stars will always shine. As echoes emanate from everything. It's just a state of mind. Just a message from the divine. From the divine. Yeah, yeah. Well, all in all, we share the same dream. A retrospective reality. Survival is just a smoke screen. So sometimes things are not what they seem. And even if the grass ceases to grow, and even if the sun refused to shine, ooh, 'cause in the end, there is no end. We're just a state of mind. Just a message from the divine. From the divine. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but the season's rain will always fall. The evening stars will always shine. Ooh, and in the end, there is no end. We're just a state of mind. We're just a message from the divine. From the divine.
This is Kat on the keys. Thank you very much. I don't play that song very often, but when I heard Kat play it on the piano, I was like, we got to do that song.
I always tell them to do that song because I love it.
This next one will be the first cover song tonight. Kat and I played in a band called Lodestar back in California. And my music partner named Linda Faye Carson, she passed away back in April. So tonight we're going to be honoring her. We'll play 3 of her songs right after this next song. But this next song was written by a man named John Anderson. He was a pretty famous folk singer back in the 60s and 70s. And he wrote a lot about he was kind of like I guess originally folk music was like activism music, you know. It was people who were speaking for the people, you know, as a voice for the common people, not the corporations, like the corporate music you hear today on the radio. But these were like just real people who hung out with real people and, you know, lived pretty modestly. And I'd say I live pretty modestly. I don't have very much money sometimes, and but I have food, a house, and a dog, and good family. So I'm rich in that way, and that's what really matters. But anyway, so this next song we used to do with Linda in our band called Lodestar. So, and it just happens to be about Florida, the Everglades, and maybe many of you have heard about the big hurricane that just hit Florida. Anyway, I want to dedicate this to all the people out there who are dealing with the aftermath of that, and also the corporations that are destroying the environment down there, it's particularly the Everglades. This is a song called Seminole Wind.
South and on the sand, with them done a dead and turn, rough it down the dawn sun, and leave the empty homes. Way down south in the Everglades, where the black water rolls and the salt grass waves, the eagle cries and the eagle plays in the land of the Seminole. Seminole wind, blow like you're never gonna blow again. I'm calling to you like a long lost friend, but I know who you are. Blow, blow from the Yakatoni, on the way up from the Micanopy. Blow across the home of the Seminole, the alligators and the God. Came and took its toll in the name of flood control. The rapids drowned and then drained the land. Now the glades are going dry. The last time I walked in the swamp and sat upon a cypress stump, I listened close and I heard the ghost of Osceola cry. Blow, blow, Seminole wind, blow like you Seminole, the alligators with guitars. Thank you very much. So we're going to play a couple songs here from our good friend Linda Faye Carson, as I mentioned earlier. We actually, if you go to YouTube and look up Linda Faye Carson and Goodshield Aguilar in Poland, we actually did a video for this next song. She was always talking about the song that would be heard around the world, and she told me, well, if it was any song, it would probably be this one. And it's a song called Riding with Angels. Once you were so tender, so kind and so free. Now locked in a broken heart, but I'm bringing the key. You've built the worst walls, not of brick or of stone. In a world full of people, you're standing alone. But I'm riding with angels, and I'm riding with stars. We'll sail through those walls and free who we One tattoo was broken, and you took me in. I've never forgotten that kindness, my friend. So now I am coming to stand by your side. We'll be free together and able to ride. We'll ride with the angels, we'll ride with the stars. We'll glow from the inside and love who we are. Love who we are. We'll love who we are. love who we are. Na, na, na. Love who we are. Na, na, na.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That was by Linda Faye Carson. Linda.
Cross my palm with silver, I will tell your fortune. Come and sit down by my side. The crystal ball, she sees your future. Look me deeply in the eye. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la. Yeah, yeah, la 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 la. Yeah, yeah, la 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 la. In my eyes, a hidden treasure. Come and see what you can find. As you gaze, your mind goes hazy. This is when I can divine. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Yeah, yeah, la 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 la. Yeah, yeah, la 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 la. I see your past is dark and stormy, and you walk a troubled road. The crystal ball, she sees your future. Sorry, sir, it can't be told. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Yeah, yeah, la 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 la. Yeah, la 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 la. Take your silver, you will need it. I cannot help you with your plight. So guard your heart and guard your money. And with that I say good night. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Yeah,
Thank you very much. Linda and I did do a European tour back in 2016, I want to say, 16. Yeah. And she had just written that song, even though we weren't playing it yet. But when we finally got to the States and we played that song for the first time, and we played in a bar, actually, and the waitresses were walking around carrying the trays of beer, and they just couldn't help but like bob along. And she's like, you know what? Next time we go to Germany, let's go to Bavaria in October and play the Oktoberfest, and we might see an accordion player out there or something. I don't know. So that was always her dream. And yeah, that was the only time we came to Europe together was that year. This last one we're going to do for Linda, there's a story behind this song, actually. So this was back in 2009 in August. You know, usually we have a pretty spectacular meteor shower in August. And anyway, in 2009, it was supposed to be like the most spectacular meteor shower in like 80-something years. And we had plans to go and camp, you know, somewhere in West of Stars. But our schedules didn't line up. I had to be farther south, and she went with her son. But anyway, we talked about writing a song, you know, like watching the stars and writing the song. And she's the one that actually wrote the song. I was busy doing other things. I wasn't really in the music mind. I was actually camping way up in the mountains, and I didn't have a guitar or anything. But she always has her guitar. And she wrote this song called "The Show for Free," and it's basically about that night. And I remember when I came back, and she said, "Hey, check this song out," you know, and she played it, and I helped her rearrange a couple little things, but these are all her words, all the chords, you know. I just changed them a little bit for some parts, but this is called "The Show for Free." Oh, and one other thing. So our very last gig on that tour was in Freiburg, Germany, and it was on April 29th, 2016. We had just finished playing, and I was putting everything away, and I told Linda, yeah, go look at the stars. The stars are out. Go look at the stars. You know, you don't have to help us put this stuff away. And so I put everything away, and then I went and found her, and she was looking up at the sky. I just saw her from behind. I put my hand on her shoulder, and she looked at me, and she had tears in her eyes. And we had just played a memorial for a good friend of mine who had just passed away, a really awesome musician named Brianna. And she said, "Oh, sorry, honey, I'm feeling a little emotional and grateful right now. Just realize that someday I'll be gone, and you'll be singing these songs for me." And she actually passed away that same day, April 29th, but 2022. So I'd like to send a lot of love out into the universe because I know she's here with us right now. This is called "The Show for Free." One of my favorite things to do, looking at the stars.
Well, I don't mind if you come along, join right in and sing this song. You know the day is closing and the night is closing in. Come sit by the fire and be blessed by smoke. We'll share some stories and some funny jokes, and we'll watch the stars put on a show for free. Oh, we'll watch the stars put on a show for free. is the place. Let's weave some magic up into this space, and we'll turn our insides out for all to see. Yeah, we'll stare at the heavens for heaven's sake. We won't have to take a commercial break, and we'll watch the stars put on a show for free. Oh, we'll watch the stars put on a show for free. I don't mind if you come along. Join right in and sing this song. You know the day is closing and the night is closing in. We'll stare at the heavens for heaven's sake. We won't have to take a commercial break, and we'll watch the stars put on a show for free. Oh, we'll watch the stars put on a show for free.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Stück hieß Fairy Tales Are True. Und ist auch auf meiner CD drauf. Wir haben da drüben einen Tisch mit CDs.
You're going to get one more of those before the night's over, so. And she does have CDs over there as well.
I just said that.
Oh, okay. I'm still working on my Deutsch, my German. So one other person I want to honor tonight that was a big influence in my life, a man named Floyd Red Crow Westerman. Many of people have seen him in many movies like Dancing with Wolves, and he was actually in the Doors movie as well, the Oliver Stone film, The Doors. But he's pretty recognizable. I'm sure everybody's seen him before. But he was actually a musician back in the 60s and 70s. He was they considered him to be the voice of the American Indian movement in a way. He was singing about things like boarding schools and broken treaties, and I think his first real big hit was called "Custer Died for Your Sins." You know, he kind of told it how it was, you know, because he grew up on the reservation. He was taken away from his family as a child and forced to go to boarding schools and all that. But anyway, this is a song that he wrote. And I used to play bass for him. I did that for many years before he passed. But this is a song he wrote about coming back from the boarding schools and trying to get back into his roots. It's called Going Back. I'm going back to the land I love. I'm going back to where it all began. Back to the land I left behind. Back to the pride that I must find will leave me alone. Can't you see I'm going home? I'm going back, and there I'm gonna stay. I'm going back to try and find a way back to the land I left behind. Back to the pride that I must find will leave me alone. Can't you see I'm going home? Back to the mountains and the prairies. Back to the desert and the hills. I'll catch up to the buffalo and where the salmon flow. I'm going back to the land I love. I'm going back to where it all began. Back to the land I left behind. Back to the pride that I must find will leave me alone. Can't you see I'm going home? Well, can't you see I'm going home? Thank you very much. Well, this next one, we'll do two more Floyd songs here. This next one, I was mentioning the boarding school experience. My grandma went to boarding school, and it was horrible, horrible. She never really talked about it. She was 13. She spoke only Lakota until she was 13, and she was taken from home and forced to go to boarding schools. And I won't tell you all the bad things that happened there, but she was, pretty traumatized from what happened. And But she was the nicest, kindest woman. One of them. I have a couple more in my family, but she was just so nice and sweet and didn't say much. She didn't talk very much. But yeah, she would always just see the grandkids and just be smiling, you know. And some of us, she'd say things in Lakota, and my aunt, her kids would say, you know, well, she never said anything to us in Lakota. You know, I guess when they were growing up, if her and her sisters wanted to say something that they didn't want the kids to know, they would speak in Lakota. But anyway, I'd like to dedicate this to my grandma. This is called Wounded Knee by Floyd Red Crow Westerman.
December day, relocation, extermination, up, 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 up. And wait on, and wait on, wait on, you took me from my home, my friend. I think I'll go back there again. Wounded knee, I wanna be free. Up, 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 up. Hey, John, wait on, hey, John, wait on, wait on, wait on, hey, John, wait on, wait on.
Thank you very much. He wrote a lot of activist songs, maybe songs that weren't about very happy things. But he also wrote a couple love songs, and we're gonna play one actually. This one is called Chante Wastewi, which means good heart woman. Wait.
Denise Neo, Madam Way, Hetchito. Denise Neo, Madam Way, Hetchito. Let me wrap you in my blankets. Stand together on the hill. Feel the love between us on this night, peaceful and still. Let me sing my love for you, oh woman. Let me sing my need for you, oh woman. Denise Neyam, that hey, denn ich näher Stand by me, my woman. The east is shining at our door. Sit by me, my woman. A new life has begun. Let me sing my love for you, oh woman. Let me sing my need for you, oh woman. Denn ich näher denn ich näher Get for me, my woman, the things that I must wear. Sit by me, my woman, let me braid your hair. Let me sing my love for you, oh woman. Let me sing my need for you, oh woman. Denn ich näher denn ich näher denn ich näher denn ich näher
Dankeschön, Grammy.
Oh ja. Kommt noch eins von meinen, das heißt A Knight's Tale. Knight's Tale. Dankeschön.
Do you have a website or something?
Ja, meerlemusic.com. Auf meiner CD hinten drauf. Und man kann meine Musik auch online streamen auf allen Plattformen. Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, Apple Music. Überall. Fast überall. Ich glaube nicht auf Pandora, aber sonst.
So I think we have about 3 more for you tonight, and then one drum song at the very end. And this is one I wrote many moons ago. That song Retrospect we played earlier. I actually wrote this one at the same time. I don't feel like I write songs. I actually feel like I catch them. You know, like usually they would come like at 3 at a time. I'd write 3 at a time. And I would literally like hear it in my mind, and if I had a guitar and some paper and a pen, I would just hear it and just kind of transcribe what I heard, and then nothing for a long time, and then it would happen again. So I think this one actually I wrote at the same time as Retrospect, but this one is called Endless Dream. Decades pass like hourglass memories, wasting so much time, wishing we were free. Where this river takes us, I will go. To the end of time, where everything goes. And stardust glitters in your eye. And in your soul, reflecting from the sky. Decades fade, but memories remain. Good and the bad, we share the same dream. As we realize this is an endless dream. This is an endless dream. Where this river takes us, I will be. Waiting for my friends and family.
spending all our time being free. When we realize this isn't in this dream, in this dream, this isn't in this dream. This isn't in this dream. This isn't in this dream. Tobacco offerings are hanging from the trees as the wind swirls the sage smoke within the circle and up throughout the overcast sky. Lunar balance and cosmic splendor are our allies now as we stand at the edge of the universe with outstretched hands. On Oglalla, returning from a long hunt. Dankeschön. This next song is written in the Nisenan language, which is actually a tribe in California, where the California Gold Rush, when it happened in 1848, a gold nugget about this big was found in what's known as the Sacramento River in California by a man named James Marshall. And as soon as that gold nugget was found, all these people started coming there and, destroying the environment, looking for gold. And it was the Nisenan people, also known as the Maidu, who suffered the most right away. And this song I'm about to sing, it's an old song, actually. And it's a metaphor for what was going on. Because during that time of the California Native genocide, if colonizers couldn't make money finding gold, they could literally make money headhunting. And I think it was like $10 for a man or a woman and $5 for a child, taking their scalps. And it's well documented, but it's something that we're not taught in history books. I mean, we all know bad things happen, but there was actually a lot of good people, settlers, who wanted to protect a lot of the natives. So there were luckily places that were safe on the coast. And so native people in California, they could either go into the mountains and hide and try to survive a long winter, or they could find these safe places on the coast. So the words I'm going to be singing are, I am a crow going to the coast. I am a crow going to the coast to find a drink of water. And it's a metaphor for the natives who decided that they needed to survive. So they would go to the coast and try to find these places that were safe for them. And I'm going to be singing it in the Nisenan language. So dedicate this to the place where I was actually born and raised in Central California, to the Nisenan people. Ya hey yamandi yaka moanzi yam hey yamandi yaka moanzi yam hey yamandi to mia we ton to 呀，嘿呀嘛的同苗一同的同呀，嘿呀嘎莫问西莫问西莫问西呀，嘿呀嘛的呀嘎莫问西莫问西呀，嘿呀嘛的呀嘎莫问西莫问西呀，嘿呀嘛的同苗一同的同呀，嘿呀嘎莫问西莫问西莫问西。Hey, your Monday, I got moments, hey, your Monday, told me, we told to turn ya. Hey, I got moments,
Thank you. I usually like to leave a performance on a good note. I feel like I should have played that earlier, but this last guitar piano one before the last drum song, is a song that I wrote called "From the Source," and it's a song about how many people around the world have the same stories about the stars. For example, Lakotas, we have a reverence for the Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters. We call it Wichompi Shakowi, and we consider that to be the belly button of the universe. And we have stories around that. We say when our life leaves our bodies, that's where our spirit goes. I know the Celtic people have a very similar story to that. I'm actually part Irish too, but I don't know very much. I'm still learning about that part of my family. But the people in Peru, the Incas, the word Cusco actually means navel, which is also what they call the Seven Sisters. So it's the navel or belly button. And also the Mayans, their word is sepapu, which also means belly button. So all these cultures around the world. And I'm sure there's many, many more. But anyway, it's just talking about how the stars are something that, many civilizations throughout the ages have kept very close track of the stars. And there was a lot of stories to be told about the stars. But this is one that I wrote, just to kind of simplify all those stories, called "From the Source," the place that we're all from. From the source we spiral forth, with creations of all sorts. And from the source we all shall melt. Seven sisters, Orion's belt. The wind is changing, the scent is close. Gently whispers out.
And from the sisters we shall learn, and to the source we shall return. Back to the source we shall return. We shall return. Back to the source we shall return. Turn. And from the source we share the force of compassion and remorse. And from the source we are conceived, and all we make believe. The wind is changing, and so are we. All we hear and all we see. And from the sisters we shall learn, we shall return. Back to the source we shall return. We shall return. Back to the source we shall return. Turn. Yeah, hey, dun, hey, dun, dun. Yeah, hey, dun. Yeah, hey, dun, hey, dun, dun. Yeah, hey, dun. Yeah.
Katharina Meerle. Thank you very much. It was a great honor to, play for you tonight, and hopefully we'll be back here in April. I'd really like to play this same place again. But like I told you before, I like to start with the drum song, but those songs I played at the beginning were kind of like a drum song. I probably would have threw my voice out, so I'm saving the heavy one for the very end. And we call this a charge song. So it's a song to kind of motivate people, and whether it's going into battle or just like waking up in the morning and drinking coffee, get on with the day. So this is a charge song.
hey, 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 now, hey, how. Hey, don't, hey, 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 don't, hey, hey, how, how. Hey, 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 now, hey, how.
Dankeschön. Dankeschön. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank my wife as well, Katharina Meerle. I'd like to thank our friend Norbert and Claudia for inviting us out here and setting this all up for us. It's a great honor to be here. It's Norbert.
Danke an die tolle Crew, die die Technik gemacht hat. Und den Livestream.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, we hope to be back. So, yeah, we have some CDs over here, like I mentioned, some of Kat's, mine as well, and I have some jewelry that I make over there. And I heard this was a movie theater at one time. I actually do some film stuff, so maybe next time I play here, I could have some little film stuff in between too. So, yeah, once again, thank you very much. We don't really have any more music for you tonight, but if you come back in April and we're here, yeah, please tell your friends. Thank you.